Council, City Manager, and citizens of New Carlisle. Welcome to the regular scheduled council meeting for October 5th, 2020 at 7 p.m. Ms. Berner, would you call roll, please?
Yep. Mayor Lowry.
Here.
Councilman Grimm.
Here.
Councilman Nowakowski.
Here.
Councilman Cobb.
Here.
Councilwoman Eggleston.
Here.
Councilman Rodwald.
Here.
Vice Mayor Cook.
Here.
7 members present.
Thank you very much. And tonight's invocation will be by Vice Mayor Cook.
Again, our Heavenly Father, please bestow upon this council the wisdom to do the business for the city of New Carlisle and for all of the benefit of the citizens of this community. Again, please keep your arms wrapped around our EMS, our firefighters, our deputies, and particularly the people that are undergoing this coronavirus 19. Also, please bless our military and our service people overseas. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Mayor. And the pledge. I pledge allegiance
Allegiance
to the flag
Flag
of the United States of America
America,
and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Grimm. All right, moving on. Action, we'll need action on the work session minutes for 9/21/2020.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Eggleston, then Ms. Nowakowski.
Okay.
Any discussion, council, before the vote? All right, and when you're ready, Ms. Berner.
Councilman Cobb.
Yeah.
Councilwoman Eggleston.
Yes.
Councilman Rodwald.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cook.
Yes.
Mayor Lowry.
Yes.
Were you there? Was that the
Mr.
meeting you were?
That meeting.
No, I wasn't.
Right. So, Councilman Rodwald, you should abstain from these because these are for the minutes.
9:21 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Mayor Lowry, you also weren't there, correct?
Well,
Okay.
let me look. Yeah, you're right. That's the one I was out. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Abstain for not attending.
Councilman Grimm
Yes.
and Councilman Nowakowski.
Yes.
All right, those are accepted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 2.
All right, and then moving on to the regular scheduled council meeting on 9/21/2020.
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
I heard Mr. Grimm first, and then Ms. Eggleston with the second.
Okay.
Any discussion, council? And when you're ready, please, Ms. Berner.
All right, Councilman Rodwald,
Dang.
Vice Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Mayor Lowry,
Abstain for not in attendance.
Councilman Grimm,
Yes.
Councilman Nowakowski,
Yes.
Councilman Cobb,
Yeah.
and Councilman Eggleston.
Yes.
All right, those are accepted 402.
Thank you very much. And moving on, communications, none tonight, and back to the city manager for his amazing report.
Oh, sorry, I got ahead of myself. I was trying to.
I was like, what? Did I miss something?
Oh yeah, I thought we had to do the Outlook council from the members. Yeah, that thing. All right, thank you. City manager report. So we don't have any department reports, so let's get down to other items. City building downtown legislation to advertise for the bids is tonight. If approved, there's a 15-day waiting period, then the bidding can begin. Farmers market, I did attend that on 9/26/2020. My observation, I think it's a great event for downtown. I think they've done a great new things with it for this year. I had a good time, so thank you to Roy Kegley for the invite, and thank you for Miss Eggleston who joined me for that so early in the morning. And it was good to see Mayor and his wife there as well. So I thoroughly enjoyed my time at the farmers market. I think it's a great thing for the city. So to those individuals who put that on every year, we definitely thank you for that. Also, a big congratulations. Some of us here may not know this, but our county administrator, her name is Jenny Hutchinson. She's been helping us get some past bank racks pack up, but I just want to give a big congratulatory shout out for her. She was actually named in the Dayton Business Journal as a Power 50 honoree, as one of the 50 most powerful women in the region. So that is a great accomplishment for Clark County. It's a great accomplishment for Jenny Hutchinson. In the past few years of knowing her, we've developed a great relationship, and that is very valuable for us. So Jenny, congratulations if you're watching. Shelter house reservations canceled for the remainder of the 2020. I just like to keep that on there so the citizens who are watching just have that constant reminder that we're not taking into reservations for the remainder of the year. The Adam Tower inspection report. I did attach that with the city manager report this year. It is a rather large document, and I asked, please begin the review of the document. We'll begin those discussions after the CIP. Our 2019 audit deadline was extended to 10/31 of 20. We did have to submit additional bank account reconciliations as well as adjusted postings to the auditor. We think that we have got it all cleared up now. We're just waiting for that particular auditor to get back from vacation to review some things. Ms. Harris, anytime you want to join in for any audit discussion, feel free. But again, there'll always be a review period before they release it publicly. Any questions on the audit portion?
Council, any questions?
Nope.
All right.
So I wanted to put on here too, the waste management final building. We've actually received a lot of calls at the city building about this. So the new waste management contract starts December 1. So they're only billing people for 2 months. Final billing will be for November. It's actually should be October.
November.
Yep. And then December, January, February will be your first quarter bill in 2021. So let's just keep that in mind. We have got a lot of questions about that, the city building. We do have it on Facebook. I'll go ahead and see if I can pin that to the top of the Facebook page. Upcoming, we have liability insurance renewals, which we're going to get into that tonight, actually. We have our health insurance renewals coming up, and also our 2020-2024 CIP, our final amendment for the one that we're operating on this year. And then we also have our 2021 appropriations. That's all I have for the city manager report. I'd be happy to entertain any questions.
Council, any questions for Mr. Bridge? Make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. Mr. Rodwell, did you have something?
No, sir, I'm sorry.
Okay, no, as I swiped the screen, I thought I saw your hand come up. All right. Doesn't appear to have any questions. So thank you, Mr. Much. Mr. Bridge?
All right, no problem. No problem at all.
All right. So I'll drop down to comments from members of the public. I believe you had something from us earlier.
Yes, I do. This email is from Donnie Hall, and it says, "Good evening, council administration. My name is Don Hall, and I'm a resident of 609 West Jefferson Street. I have a few concerns from the last council meeting regarding the employee discrimination ordinance. Protecting employees from discrimination is paramount to any civilized society, and I highly recommend you discuss this matter with your law director to ensure our employees are protected. Additionally, please ensure that is protected from being liable for any grievances filed by employees against the city. While the discussion from last council meeting seemed to focus on anti-discrimination policies for employees of the city, I believe we may be missing the larger target. My deeper concern is for protecting the residents and visitors of our community from discrimination. New Carlisle offers various services to the residents of our community. Are there any protections in place to prevent discrimination in the execution of these services? If so, how can a resident ensure they are being treated the same as any other resident? Some examples include code enforcement, permit applications, renting facilities, utility collections, etc. Community anti-discrimination policies are in place with numerous surrounding cities and villages within the Miami Valley. I suggest working with the city manager /law director on ensuing community level anti-discrimination policies in place and in line with our community virtues and values. Additionally, this policy should be extended to the administration and employees as they are valued community members. Thank you for your time and consideration, Don.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bridge. Council, any comments on that matter?
I would like to say that I agree with him, and I think it's a smart idea in terms of looking overall the whole city. Yeah. Thank him.
He's making. Okay. You good, Ms. Zagel or Ms. Nowakowski?
Yep.
Okay, sorry, you broke up there for a minute. I didn't want to cut you off. Anyone else? All right, just real quick. I'd spoke to Mr. Hall as well, and he had brought up a lot of good points, I think, and topics on that subject as a whole. It was a good conversation, so I like what he had to say. So thank you, Mr. Hall, for the email and the conversation. All right, and nothing else, Mr. Bridge?
Oh, we just had one more come in at 7:14 p.m.
All right.
This is from Randy Mullet, and it says, could you please elaborate on what exactly is being purchased for the office furniture? I understand that office furniture is priced differently than home furniture. However, 10K seems increasingly excessive for Mr. Bridge office alone. Thank you, Randy Mullet. Well, it's not when we price it. If I was going to get a full-blown set, you're looking at upwards of $10,000, $12,000, $13,000 for this kind of stuff. When you get to the office grade, commercial grade furniture, the price does shoot up. I'm a pretty simple guy. My office furniture now is considered of a flat desktop that I can raise up and down the stand. However, that's not going to fit for future city managers as my place. So we do need to get something in these offices that are professional in nature. So we're looking at these big office things that are made of cherry wood, and they have, built-in filing cabinets, all that stuff. It can get pretty pricey. 10,000 actually is really, I think, on the cheaper end for that kind of thing. So again, that's why it's in there. It does seem excessively to someone who doesn't shop for this, but many times last year we looked at catalogs, went down to some showrooms, and just to gauge how much we're going to need for last year's CIP, which in return is why we have the numbers in there now. So yeah, it's not cheap stuff, but that's a good observation because it is a little bit more expensive than the home furniture.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bridge.
Thank you.
Mr. Cobb.
May I be excused, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and kill his video. Mr. Cobb, feel better. If you need anything, give us a call.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
We good?
Yep.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Bridge?
Nope. I'm good.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. And moving on, committee reports, none. And moving on to resolutions. Ms. Berner, if you would, please.
You're muted.
Only you're muted.
Thank you. I taught 10 minutes today in one of my virtual lessons before anyone told me that I was muted.
I bet you.
I don't think that was by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was like, well, hey, you're in luck. I'm not reteaching it. So we're moving on. All right. We have resolution 2020-16R introduction, public hearing and action tonight. A resolution transferring City of New Carlisle funds from the Park National Bank swimming pool account to the Park National Bank general account and closing the Park National Bank swimming pool account.
All right, council.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Vice Mayor and second by Mr. Grimm.
Okay.
Excuse me. In the next place of this resolution, a new finance director, Ms. Harris, had identified some bank accounts that are either inactive or just excessive for the amount of accounts we have. So we are looking to streamline the bank accounts, and this resolution will allow us to do that.
All right, council, any questions for Mr. Bridge? All right, and when you're ready, Mr. Grimm, go ahead, sir.
Everything for the swimming pool is paid out of the general fund anyway, isn't it?
Yes. No, it's an enterprise fund, but you see it on your end as a budget, but on our end, it's just a bank account.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Like we have the raw number here, but you guys see it all split out, but on our end, it's just a few bank accounts.
It's a separate fund, but it does not need its own account.
Correct.
Okay.
Very good way to put it.
Thank you, Mr. Grimm. Anyone else? All right, Ms. Berner, when you're ready, please.
All right, Councilman Nowakowski,
Yes.
Councilman Cobb is not with us. Councilman Eggleston,
Yes.
Councilman Roadwald,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Mayor Lowry,
Yes.
Councilman Grimm.
Yes.
That motion passes 6-0.
All right. Moving on when you're ready.
All right. Moving on to resolution 2020-17R, a resolution transferring City of New Carlisle funds from the PNC Bank swimming pool account to the PNC Bank general account and closing the PNC Bank swimming pool account.
So moved.
Council. Ms. Eggleston was the first, I think,
Yep.
Second.
and second by Vice Mayor Cook.
Okay.
And an explanation of this is it's pretty much mirrors what the other one was. We're trying to streamline some bank accounts to make it easier for the reconciliation side of our finance director, Ms. Harris.
All right, Council, any questions? All right, when you're ready, Ms. Berner.
All right. Mayor Lowry,
Yes.
Councilman Grimm,
Yes.
Councilman Nowakowski,
Yes.
Councilman Eggleston,
Yes.
Councilman Roadwald,
Yes.
and Vice Mayor Cook.
Yes.
That's accepted 6-0. Moving on to resolution 2020-18R, a resolution to advertise for bids to renovate 101 South Main Street for the purpose of relocating the current city administration building.
Council.
So moved.
Ms. Eggleston is our first,
Second.
second by Mr. Roadwall.
1 second, please. And an explanation of this resolution, it gives me the authority via council to go ahead and put the bidding renovations out to bid.
Any questions, Council, on this one?
Yes.
All right, when you're, oh, sorry, Mr. Grimm, go ahead.
The only expense to the city would be advertising it in the paper.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pay for the legal ad to put it out.
That would be what, a few hundred?
Yeah, it might be a little, it's a rather large, it's almost a full page, to be honest with you. And we're still editing it to make sure it's compliant with the ORC. So it's not gonna be cheap. But we have to, if we're gonna bid it, we have to put a legal ad out.
Okay.
It's a requirement by law.
Thank you, Mr. Grimm. Mr. Vice Mayor.
Is there any additional fees from the architect for this?
No, it's part of the contract we had signed with him. He's design, build, and all that stuff. But we need to make sure the legal ad's compliant on our end with our codes, and then ultimately, if it satisfies the Ohio Revised Code as well.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Vice Mayor?
No.
All right. Anyone else? All right, Ms. Berner, when you're ready, please.
All right, Vice Mayor Cook,
No.
Mayor Lowry,
Yes.
Councilman Grimm,
No.
Councilman Nowakowski,
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
and Councilman Roadwald.
Yes.
All right, that motion passes 4-2. The next one, is this where we break rules of council
Yes.
for resolution 2020-19R? So do I have a motion to break rules of council? Oh, go ahead.
Could we go ahead and do the amendments first and then add it in after the amendments have been approved? I'm assuming.
So you want to wait on
Yeah,
this
we
one?
Yeah. That's the updated agenda I just sent out to you guys for after the fact. So the public's still operating on the one that just has the ABC. on-
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I can just skip over that because I don't know where that old one is.
That's
So
good.
now we're down to ordinances, correct?
Yep, and you can skip over the D one too in the ordinances. We're going to be breaking rules of council for that one as well.
Okay, so you need to break rules of council on D for resolutions?
Yes. But we
Okay,
need to do that after you guys make motion to approve the amendments we just went through in the work session.
okay, gotcha. So we need a motion to adjust the CIP that was mentioned in the work session for the, correct?
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
Okay. So I think
So-
how you have to do it is,
yes,
let's just get through the legislation and then we'll circle back around to do all that adding. Does that make sense?
To go to the old agenda, we're going to skip over these added until the end.
All you need to do is do ABC. The original agenda that was out to you guys. Yep, the
Okay.
ABC. Yep. And then we'll go add the other two in at the end of it.
All right. So I'm going to read ordinance 2020-35.
But we have open motion.
yeah, we have the motion to make the amendments to the CIP
I
from the work.
withdraw it.
Okay,
Which is what you needed, correct, Mr. Bridge?
Yeah, but we need to actually approve the amendments before we amend to have the CIP, because if we amend it, if you guys put it in before, well, we just need to do the amendments first and then you have to put it in.
Right,
Yep.
so the motion is to approve the amendments from the work session. And
Okay.
then you'll have a motion to add them in.
Do 1, 2, 3, 4 because you have.
Is that
four.
what you're saying?
Now, what I'm saying is you should have went through the legislation A, B, C, and D with the original agenda that I sent out. So if you look at the email I sent you guys out, I said this agenda will take place after we get through the other stuff. So the public right now has the agenda with A, B, C on it for the resolution ordinances. They don't have the agenda that has the D on it. That is coming after we get through it, and then we add all that stuff later. And then we have,
that's my bad. I didn't read that part. I jumped ahead.
no worries.
So
Okay, so
I'm,
we're gonna-
so
So do I need to withdraw my motion?
The way I'm understanding it, yes. Withdraw your motion and we'll do it all at the end.
Mhm.
I withdraw my motion.
okay, thank you.
Awesome.
All right, so I am on ordinance 2020-35.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're
All
on,
right.
okay,
An ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with Aaron Harder for the purpose of sludge removal.
So moved.
Second.
I think it was a second by Mr. Grimm, if I heard correctly.
Okay,
And who was the first?
I
Me.
think, yeah,
No.
Ms. Snow.
Thank you. And then Grimm the second.
Yes,
yes.
Okay, so an explanation of this ordinance, something we do every year, and it's for this sludge removal. In years past, we went with Synagro. This particular company is it's owned by Aaron Harder. He had wanted $22 per wet ton. We had got a re-up number from Synagro, and they wanted $27.30 a wet ton. So we're going to go with Mr. Aaron Harder for $22 a wet ton.
all right. Council, any questions? All right, when you're ready, Ms. Berner.
All right, Councilwoman Noakowski,
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
Councilman Roadwald,
yes,
Vice Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Mayor Lowry,
Yes,
Councilman Grimm.
Yes.
That is accepted 6-0.
all right.
Moving on to ordinance 2020-36, an ordinance supplementing certain appropriations contained in New Carlisle City Ordinance 2020-12.
So
Council?
moved.
Mr.
Second.
And second by Ms. Eggleston.
Who was the first? I didn't hear that.
Vice Mayor Cook.
Okay,
And who is the second on that?
Ms. Eggleston.
Thank you. All right, so an explanation of ordinance 20-36. I actually misspoke in the work session. This actually has to do with decreasing our appropriations. We're going to decrease the health levy by $200. We're also going to decrease the expenses in the swimming pool down $43,000. And those are required to become in line with the auditor's certificate of estimated resources.
Council, any questions for Mr. Bridge? All right, none.
All right. Councilman Rodwald,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Mayor Lowry,
Yes.
Councilman Grimm,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noakowski,
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston.
Yes.
That's accepted 6-0.
Right.
And ordinance 2020-37, an ordinance amending chapter 1042, appendix A of the codified ordinances of the city of New Carlisle, Ohio regarding certain sewage system charges.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Eggleston, Ms. Noakowski with a second.
Okay.
And an explanation of this ordinance is actually in front of council. We had the meeting last week regarding our wastewater rates. Unfortunately, we've come to a particular point in time where we do need to have an honest look at those resources. And it was determined that we do need to do a rate increase. And that that's what is front of council tonight.
All right, council, any questions or comments? Ms. Berner?
All right. Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
Councilman Rodwald,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Mayor Lowry,
Yes.
Councilman Grimm,
I don't like raising taxes. I don't like raising rates, but this is a needed service. It is the wastewater plant is the property of the residents of the city, and we have to keep it going. We're responsible for keeping it going, so I'll vote yes.
Councilwoman Noakowski.
Yes.
That motion's accepted 6-0.
Very much. All right, so now we're back to the agenda. So we're going to go ahead now, make our motion to accept the changes of the CIP made in the work session.
So moved.
Would you like me to read the changes for the record?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay. So the first one is parks. We're going to move $60,000 from 2023 to funding year 2022. The second one is a substation furniture. Mr. Cobb had wanted to reduce that by $7,000. So we're going to take that down from $25,000 to $18,000. And that is for funding year 2021. Need to add $6,000 to the wastewater line items for the software upgrade that will be split 50-50 with the water department. And the last one is to clarify the definition of the city-owned lift stations that is listed in our wastewater descriptions. And those are the 4 changes I had recorded. If I missed one, please let me know.
Right. And Ms. Eggleston had our first. Did we have a second for those changes? Oh, Mr. Rodwald, did you have something?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay, so do we have a second?
Yes.
Okay, so second from Ms. Noakowski.
Okay.
Any questions or comments on that before we move forward? All right, when you're ready, Ms. Berner.
Okay. Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
Councilman Rodwald,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Mayor Lowry,
Yes.
Councilman Grimm,
Yes.
Councilman Noakowski.
Yes.
That motion's accepted 6-0.
All right, thank you very much. Now we will need, let's see, we'll need a motion to add those to the CIP, correct, Mr. Bridge? Is that what you need?
Yeah, so right now, since we did all the changes on it, we just need a motion to actually break rules of council and add that onto the agenda as resolution 2020-19R. We'll introduce it tonight. We'll actually vote on that on 10/19 because anytime we do a CIP or a budget, we do have to let that sit so the public has a chance to inspect it before council votes on it.
Okay, so we'll need a motion to break rules of
So
council.
moved.
Second.
Ms. Noakowski, then Ms. Eggleston is what I heard,
Okay.
to break rules. Any discussion? All right, when you're ready, Ms. Burner.
Okay, Councilman Rodwald,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Mayor Lowry,
Yes.
Councilman Grimm,
Yes.
Councilwoman Nowakowski,
Yes.
and Councilwoman Eggleston.
Yes.
All right, the motion to break rules of council is accepted 6-0.
All right, then we'll need a motion to add resolution 2020-18R to the lineup here.
So moved.
-19R.
Did I read it wrong?
No, you didn't.
19.
Was
It's
it
18R, right?
No, it's 19.
19. There's two 18s in a row that I want to send out to you guys. So I fixed it, changed it to 19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I didn't hear who made the motion first.
Didn't get it.
Ms. Nowakowski, do we have a second?
Second.
By Ms. Eggleston. And any discussion before we call for a vote? All right, when you're ready, Ms. Burner.
All right, Councilman Rodwald,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cook,
No.
Mayor Lowry,
Yes.
Councilman Grimm,
Yes.
Councilwoman Nowakowski,
Yes.
and Councilwoman Eggleston.
Yes.
All right, that motion's accepted 5-1.
All right.
Is it okay to go ahead and read that one now then?
That 2019?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Resolution 2020-19R, introduction tonight, public hearing and action on 10/19/20. A resolution adopting a capital improvement program for the city of New Carlisle, Ohio.
And dropping down to, I guess, other business.
And we have one.
We need to do the same thing we just did for ordinance 2020-38.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. Gotcha.
So moved.
Second.
Eggleston, Nowakowski.
Okay,
Any discussion?
I would like
Ms.
to add
Burner.
something, Mr. Mayor, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
So this is a you want to do every year. It's for liability insurance. But I gave the news to the council, but I just want to pass it on to our citizen base. In 2017, since 2017, we have seen our yearly premium reduce. This year we saw it reduce, I think, around $2,000. But since 2017 on this current time, we have actually saved $19,443 on liability insurance premiums, and that
Nice.
is due to the programs we have in place for workplace safety and then lack of accidents. So hats off to everyone for taking their part in reducing this.
Good news. Thank you very much, sir. All right. And where we at? Did we already do the?
I haven't called it yet to
Okay.
add
Yep,
it to the
back to the-
agenda.
If anyone
All right,
has. any dis-
Councilwoman Eggleston. Oh, sorry. Are you
No, I was
talking?
saying, I was saying, anybody have any discussion
Sorry.
before?
I have a question.
Mr. Grimm.
This is just to break rules of council to introduce it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Carry on.
All right. Ms. Burner.
Okay. Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
Councilman Rodwald,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Mayor Lowry,
Yes.
Councilman Grimm,
Yes.
Councilwoman Nowakowski.
Yes.
All right,
All right.
6-0.
And then a motion to add ordinance 2020-38.
So
So
moved.
Ms. Nowakowski is our first
Second.
Second.
and second by Ms. Eggleston. You guys are popular tonight. Any discussion before we call for vote? And when you're ready, Ms. Burner.
Okay. Councilman Rodwald,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Mayor Lowry,
Yes.
Councilman Grimm,
Yes.
Councilman Nowakowski,
Yes.
oh, everybody's frozen.
Forgot
There we
about
go.
Okay, sorry, everybody just froze on my screen. And I said Councilman Nowakowski, but I didn't hear what you said.
Yes.
All right, Councilman Eggleston,
Yes.
that's accepted 6-0, so I'll go ahead and read that.
Okay.
Ordinance 2020-38, introduction tonight, public hearing and action on 10/19/20. An ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract for liability insurance with USI Insurance Services LLC, representing the public entities pool of Ohio for the administration of said policy.
All right. Thank you very much. And then down to other business. Before we go through that, we get a motion to excuse Mr. Cobb for this meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Nowakowski, Ms. Eggleston.
All right. Councilman Rodwald,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Mayor Lowry,
Yes.
Councilman Grimm,
Yes.
Councilman Nowakowski,
Yes.
and Councilman Eggleston.
Yes.
Motion to excuse Mr. Cobb is accepted 6-0.
All right. And another business, if you will, please.
Yep, other business. City offices will be closed on Monday, October 12th to observe Columbus Day. Trick or treat will be Saturday, October 31st from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please follow all guidelines issued by the state of Ohio. And additional city business is open for discussion for city-related matters.
All right. And before we head out, Council or Ms. Nowakowski, what do you have?
Because of a ruckus that was brought up on Facebook in terms of the work that was recently done on the signs for the city, I would like to ask the council to send a letter from the council thanking Bruce Eggleston Signs for donating the work that was done on the signs to repair them.
That was donated.
Yes.
Okay. Is council
Yes,
okay with
I
that?
worked- I worked for free.
All right.
I. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Eggleston and Mrs. Eggleston. Mr. Bridge, is that something you could put together and send out?
I think it should become from council members. I mean, I can write a letter. You guys want to sign it or?
Yeah, if you just, if you got
Yes.
the letter, you've got the letterhead in the paper. I mean, if you want, I can type it up and then you can put it on the official letterhead and then we can put it in the city office. And if you'd like, everyone could stop by at their time and sign it.
I think council members should write their own letter and then I can distribute it. But I think it'd be good if you guys got a letter from each one of you instead of a council from a whole, because he did donate his work. I got a lot on my plate right now.
All right, then we will do it that way. Council, if you would like to write a letter to Mr. Eggleston, you should do so. Mr. Vice Mayor.
How about putting a letterhead stationery in each one of our boxes so that we can do it on the letterhead?
Sure, I can do that.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
All right, anything else, council? All right, guess we'll need a motion to adjourn. Chief.
Just one more quick announcement. I didn't get to do it in the work session. The fire division will be hosting a safety day on October 17th from noon to 3 o'clock at the IGA parking lot. We'll have the apparatus set up. We'll have things out for the kids. Since this year, we really haven't got to do a whole lot for fire prevention month and week and all that, going to the schools. We've tried to do it this way. We're also inviting a couple other departments in to have a lot more, to try to have more apparatus there for people to go through, look at and see. And we'll be, doing some things for the kids and that type of thing. Again, it'll be Saturday, October 17th at IGA parking lot, and time will be from noon to 3.
All right, thank you, Chief. We appreciate it. Anyone else? All right, we need a motion to adjourn, if so.
So moved.
Second.
Vice Mayor was first and second with Mr. Grimm.
All right, Councilwoman Noakowski,
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
Councilman Rodwald,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Mayor Lowry,
Yes.
Councilman Grimm.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn accepted, 6-0.
All right. Everyone have a pleasant evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Night all.